another question I had was irrigation. Being
Yes.
off grid, I would probably need a tank, some kind of
Yes. 100%.
or 1,000 gallon tank
Thousand
higher
gallon tank.
higher up on the land, and then
Yes, or you could just do a pressurized tank.
yeah,
Because elevation isn't really going to do much. Like,
it's not that steep.
I won't share any of this down here. I'll
Hmm.
take that out in the edit. But basically, yeah, like according on Google Earth, it's not even discerning the elevation difference from one point to the next. You're really low elevation in this area. Crazy. It's like
Yeah,
sea level.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
but yeah, so I mean, as far as a tank, you're looking at a pressure tank, not a tank that's just a general cistern.
hmm.
So, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a pressure tank. It's just if it isn't a pressure tank, you're going to pump water in and then you're going to pump water out.
Yeah.
So you're going to run that on your off grid power system there, and that it is what it is. How many kilowatts of solar are you putting in?
To start, it'll be about 5.9, like 6 kilowatts. But
Okay,
I'm going to expand it later on. But I just wanted to get the approval for the building uh, permit and whatnot.
right.
Because I'm honestly the first person they ever had to do an off-grid system, to get that
What
approved. Yeah, yeah.
in North Carolina?
In
Weird.
that area, in the area that I'm in,
Okay,
not all of North Carolina.
right. In that county or whatever.
Yeah, so I had to do a lot of educating them as to what's possible and whatnot, and they just like I don't know, they
Really
yeah,
weird.
it was
Weird.
interesting.
Huh. Um, I mean, needless to say, there's the potential. There's lots of potential for you to grow in there. Um, I think you're right on with starting with a couple caterpillar tunnels. You just can't really go wrong with that investment either way. I
Mhm.
would imagine you should budget to basically get to a point where you have, say, a half acre of field that's prepared. So in greenhouses and just field blocks, have a half acre prepared, get the basic infrastructure for a post harvest area. You're going to get your well drill that well. So did you get a quote on that well drilling? Because that's probably going to be about 20 grand, depending on how deep they have to
Uh,
go.
he doesn't know until he starts drilling exactly, but he
Yeah.
provides packages basically ranging from 6 grand to 8 grand,
Oh,
and he provides a pressure tank, but that doesn't include the stuff that I got going on with the off grid stuff and the simple pump and stuff like that.
okay. Yeah, I mean, you're so close to sea level, and maybe the water table is fairly low. Like, have you talked to any of your neighbors? Do they have wells?
They're not very talkative, but
No way.
yeah, yeah, I gotta work on building rapport with them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
I don't know, they're kind of standoffish. That's part of the reason why I have to be off grid in the first place is because they didn't want to provide the easement for them to run the power lines and stuff like that. But
Oh, the
we'll see.
neighbors didn't want to. Right.
Yeah, they don't want any development around them or whatever.
Right. Well,
Products
you
gonna, you know,
off grid at this point is better anyways. Why be dependent on
yeah,
the grid?
yeah.
Look what
I
happened
never.
in Texas, right?
Yeah, they say their power goes out pretty frequently there anyway. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm on the right track. I don't need
Yeah,
to get
totally.
power.
Well, sometimes running power lines, I mean, up here, it costs $20,000 per pole. So even like at the property that we're at right now, in order for me to get grid tied here, which it isn't that far, but it would still cost me minimum 60 to 80 grand. So going off grid is,
You can get it basically paying the same price. You can get a
yeah,
decent system.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I was gonna say you should probably budget to, like, you could get a fairly bare bones market garden running up with all that you have to do, I think, for about 20 grand. I think